I think I done took this black pill. Oh, I think I done took the black pill, man. I think I done took the black pill. They got a lot of red pills. They got the purple pills. But to be honest, man, oh man, I think I done took the black pill. I think I done took the black pills, man. I don't know. It's crazy out here. I mean, man. Because, I was hearing about the black pill some time ago. And brothers, like a lot of brothers, we talk about the red pill. And just a lot of guys just being aware when it comes down to female nature in their bull crap. You hear about guys talk about the purple pill as to where it's like a lot of guys, they would still deal with women and they would still have this idea that, okay, well, hey, I can make it work with a woman. I still deal with knowing the knowledge that I have, but like, hey, there's some women out there for me. You got guys like that who have taken a purple pill. Of course, you got blue pills as well. Blue pill men are, we call those guys simps. Guys who really think like it's this Disney fairy tale land. These guys who follow behind their woman. These guys who are like second in command when it comes down to their wife or whatever. You can look at those guys as blue pill guys. Guys who worship women and put women on a pedestal. You can look at those guys as blue pill guys. But I think as an introspective brother, you have to evolve. After a while, you have to evolve. It's like living in this country, living in Babylon. That's really, if you're a conscious brother and you consider yourself to be awakened, you really have no other choice. And it seems like destruction. When I think about it, this red pill, us men who taking this red pill, it's almost like we just waiting on our death. We waiting on this world to collapse. We waiting on America to collapse. There is no other way to think. Because you can't have a wife. What, you want a wife? What? You want a woman who's going to be submissive. You want a good woman. What, is that what you want? You can't have that. You want a virtuous woman? Nah, man, you can't have that. That's something that you cannot have. You want kids? Nah, man. You can't have that. You can't have that. Man, no, you can't have kids. Nah. You want a family? You can't have that. Knowing about this red pill, then all of a sudden graduating to this black pill. When you have swallowed this black pill, it's like, yeah, it's man, you at the end of the road. You at the end of the road. I get some people on the job ask me about relationships. Oh man, when I'm gonna have kids and I'm getting married, and I tell them most likely that's not gonna happen. I done come to the conclusion as to where it's like I'm okay with being alone now. Like I have to be okay too. I have to be okay because I don't want to put myself in a precarious situation with a female, with the female that's gonna do me wrong. You see? So I mean, this is the only way to go. This is the only way to go, man. There is no other way. When you going up against a modern day feminist female, it's almost like climbing her hurdles are insurmountable. You can't you can't get over a lot of obstacles that this female in his white supremacist system has waiting for you right around the corner. Trust child support, alimony, just a lot of stuff, uh, sexual cases, stuff like that. Yeah, you can't. A lot of stuff that they have set up for you. It's almost like you can't. yeah, you can't get over them. They're insurmountable. You get married or you have kids, that's when you'll lose your power. So your best bet is to not get married or have kids. You have to be content with getting with a woman, banging her, and releasing her. As soon as you start to talk about the typical feminist American, because all of them feminists, and they don't even know it. They're oblivious to it. When you talk to a woman about uh, being modest, being submissive, she's gonna turn away and she's gonna walk away from you. So you dead. So you just, I mean, and an introspective brother, a spiritual brother, he know how a woman is supposed to capitulate and uh, cater to a man because it's biblical. An introspective man knows a woman's role in a relationship. He knows, you see. So for the introspective brother, he's not going to accept nothing else. He's not going to accept nothing else but that. You see, he's not going to accept nothing else but that. So when you talk to a woman about being submissive, talk to a woman about catering to her boyfriend or her husband, she's not going to be trying to hear that. So she's going to walk out. She's going to leave you. So it's almost like you are not to blame for her high body count because she's going to leave you anyway. She don't know what it is to be a woman due to what she's been indoctrinated with as far as this feminist patriarchal society. She's been indoctrinated with that. Dotty culture. She's been indoctrinated with that. So there's no winning. As brothers, you have to graduate to swallowing this black pill. I mean, that's what it's going to come to anyway. As brothers, we can't get frustrated. We can't get mad and we can't get upset and this and that. That's that red pill rage. I understand. As men, we're going to go through it. But after a while, you graduate. And you start to learn and you start to know that, okay, this is female nature. I have to be palatable to it. I have to be palatable to it. I got to be able to accept that. This is female nature. This is female nature, so you can't get mad. Women are like children, big children with money. They're narcissists, solipsistic. This is how they are. And of course, the system is controlling them. This is how it's set up. Because they know women are going to extract money from men. They're going to use men, send men to jail. I see some black men who get locked up behind a woman, bro. They have these strip clubs and these bars and these clubs. You go to the club, you got most of these women, they get in for free, but men can't. See? In this system, they create thirsty men. And men who don't know no better, they just follow suit. Just like sheeple. They just follow suit. A woman nowadays, you can't keep her due to social media. That's why if I get up with a chick and we talking about something serious, yeah, that social media, it has got to go. She get a lot of attention from social media. Social media, in a sense, to a certain degree, it has ruined women. You see? Social media has made it worse. And intrinsically, yes, it's the woman. Really, it's not social media. It's just the woman. That's what it is. In this system. Indoctrinating her to act solipsistic. You see? There's really no hope in this dysfunctional society. And I tell my younger cousins, like, hey, this is the mantra. This is the mantra, man. No wife, no kids, no marriage, happy life. No wife, happy life. This is how it's got to be, man. This is how it's got to be. Like I alluded to in another video, the government is the typical American woman's baby daddy. Because you got women who out there, they'll say to themselves, like, okay, if I don't make it in this world, if I come up, if there's nothing, if college failed for me, I'm just failing as a woman. I could just go out and I could have a baby, get pregnant by any guy. I'll be okay because the government will take care of me. So therefore, that renders men powerless. Well, in a sense, valueless. We have no value, especially black men. It's almost like we have no value. Then you got men out here who would resort to simping. It was one of these guys on my job. I was talking to this one black older guy. He was like, man, you, in a sense, your ideology is like it's like the KKK when it comes down to women. You know, like you're almost like Hitler when it comes down to women. I say, like, and I was letting this older guy know, like, I'm not trying to do something evil or do something wrong when it comes down to a woman. No, but I just know I just know a woman's place. I know my place when it comes down to a relationship and when it comes down to women. The woman stands behind me, not to the side of me. A woman is supposed to be submissive. That's how it's supposed to go. Most of these women out here, they have they have a high body count, microchimerism. I was checking out some video. It was like an article that a guy was reading from. But a lot of these women, you can look at them and tell that they've been just all messed up mentally due to all these guys that they've slept with. This is why it's good. This is why it's paramount for a woman to sleep with one man. Now, a man can sleep with multiple women, and in a sense, he'd be functional in a relationship. Like he'd be okay, but that's not the same situation for women out here. And you got a lot of these feminists, they telling women the opposite. Like, hey, you can go out and you can sleep with a whole bunch of men just like men sleep with women. Screwing these women up mentally. This is why a lot of these women, they got bad attitudes. This is why a lot of these women, they just can't. Like, you take a porn star. She had sex with hundreds of guys. And then she goes off and try to get married. She just wouldn't be able to function in a relationship. Yeah, with the simp she can. Yeah. Because she's the leader. She's the boss. You see? Women like this who have high body counts, we shouldn't even fool around with them sexually, period. We shouldn't even, like, we should just, these women, they don't deserve marriage in relationships. They're concubines. This is how we categorize. This is how we should categorize women out here. But you got a lot of black men who would get with these women, wife them up, have kids by them, by single mothers and this and that. And they're just, a lot of these women, they say to themselves, like, okay, like, I think I'm a normal functioning human being because, there's still men out there who like me. Even though I'm 250 pounds, 300 pounds, or I have several kids by several different guys, you see? High body count. That's the problem. I think I told my ex one time, she had 2 kids by 2 different guys, and I let her know when she would get attitudes and this and that and would act just rebellious and become contentious. I used to let her know, like, hey, I can see your ex in you, because her ex had to come and pick up her son sometimes, and he would act really emotional. And when she would try to get out of pocket with me, I'd see him in her. You see? A man's semen stays in a woman's brain even until death. Every man that she sleeps with. Every man. You see? That's a major problem. As I look at feminism, it promotes independent women. I see some women out here with these big houses and big cars, and it's almost like the man is valueless. And that's what makes it tough and hard for men out here, because it's like, if you're a woman, you got a house and you done bought a house and a car and everything, Like, what can I do for you? I mean, it's like, where do I fit in at? Not saying that I should fit in. I am the leader. Either way it goes. You see, but it's like there really is no room for me in your life. So what you're looking for is a guy to move in with you, which would be a simp move. And if you got kids, you want a guy to come into your ready-made family, which is the ultimate simp move. You see? So it's like feminism is setting these women up for failure. I just went on a date with this one chick, brought over my house and everything. Or was it like 2 weeks ago? She got her own house, everything. I went over her house. She got a nice house, a really nice house. And she talked about me moving up to her town, which is like an hour away. And, you know, I spent her, lied to her. I'm like, yeah. You know, like, that would be great. Yeah. You know, yeah, that would be great. All along, I'm in my head, I'm like, this woman is insane. She's insane. These women out here trying to be men. They out here, they trying to lead out here. This is what they trying to do. They want to be the man in a relationship. And a thinking man, an introspective man knows better. See, and then it's like, this is why, because I've been hearing, right, when it comes down to some of these women, especially some of these white women, chunkier white women, or single muck, like these white women who have kids, they say they would get up with some black dudes, and these black dudes would become lazy. These black men would sit around, play PlayStation, smoke weed. They wouldn't do anything. And these women, they would say, oh, I'm tired of taking care of men. But look at how you look. You 250 pounds, 300 pounds, or you got 2 or 3 kids. And thinking men are not going to get up with a guy like you. So this is why you get the bottom of the barrel when it comes down to men. This is why you get the lowest of the low. I be wanting to tell a lot of these women so bad, well, maybe if you lose weight, then you could possibly attract the man that you want. Maybe if you wouldn't have had those 2 or 3 kids, then maybe you could probably attract the man that you want. But you got a lot of these women out here in their prime, when they're young, in their early 20s, they want to gain weight. They want to have kids. And when you have kids, it's like, now you damage goods. You gain weight, you damage goods, because now you're becoming lazy. And in a sense, you as a woman, you fat and you out of shape and you overweight, that's being rebellious. I see a lot of these females, shout out to my boy Last Crucible, but I see a lot of these females out here on the street and they fat. I just shake my head like, this. Look at this rebellious woman. She's just totally rebellious. Because she's looking at men like, okay, and I see married women who are fat and out of shape, and I say to myself, just rebellious. And their husband skinny, just this woman is just rebellious. Because you looking at man saying, okay, I can bring anything I want to bring to this relationship. He gonna accept it anyway. He's gonna be palatable to it anyway. I can come to the relationship fat. He gonna love me anyway, girl. He gonna love me anyway. Somebody gonna accept me anyway. A skinny man, a man who's in shape is gonna accept me anyway. You thick? No, you're not thick. You chunky, you fat. This is what it is. Like, kids are rebellious nowadays because you can't discipline your kids. You see? So a lot of these kids are running rampant. You spare a rod, you spoil a child. And that's biblical. That's biblical, man. That's why a lot of these kids out here, they out of pocket. Because see, we doing it the white man's way. And that won't work. Not for us black people. Us as black people, we can't coexist with white supremacy. We can't. Because this system is designed to keep the black man down. Forget black women. I'm not talking about black women. Because they followers of men. They don't create. Women, they are nothing. They don't create nothing. They don't do nothing. They haven't created anything. I'm talking about men specifically. A lot of these kids out here being raised by single mothers. Highly emotional, toting guns, selling drugs, in and out of jail, twerking in strip clubs, becoming single mothers, highly promiscuous, sleeping with a plethora of different guys. Total dysfunction in the black community. And this is what white supremacy wants. Dysfunctionality when it comes to black people. You see? Women are children with power. They're big kids with power, and that's a major problem. Because these women, they are inadvertently, well, not inadvertently, but they're making mistakes on purpose. They out here doing dumb stuff on purpose, getting men locked up, getting men in sexual cases, things that don't even happen. Men are getting in trouble on jobs for sexual situations, sexual harassment. You got women throwing men on child support. Women women here at strip clubs. I was on Tinder the other day, and this one black woman and white women, they had their Cash App. They would tell guys to send them $5 just for a picture of their toes. Women doing promiscuous stuff like this. She's brain fucked. She's messed up. You got women out here doing stuff like this, bro. And there's no repercussions for it. It's almost like it's okay for a woman to be promiscuous. It's accepted. It's okay. And in a sense, it's a cool thing nowadays. Because you can see it in the music. You can see it with the clothes that women wear. You see? So it's almost like, man, swallowing this black pill, that's really our only option. That's really a thinking man's only option. That's our only option, man. Because it's like there's no hope out here. What else are you going to do? The system controls kids out here. They're promoting the LGBT movement. Man. I was overhearing women on the job talk about, about this gay agenda. And like a lot of women, like I was talking to this, I went on a date like a month ago with this other woman. And I mentioned she was watching, I was over at her house and she was watching it was some apartment that we was in. And she was watching some little gay YouTube channel show or something. And this guy, his girlfriend was pregnant, but he was wearing like makeup and trying to imitate and emulate his girl. And, the chick that I was with sitting there on the couch, she was watching it. Well, I wasn't watching. I was on my phone while she was watching that garbage. Clearly, she seen I wasn't into it. I was playing pool on my phone. And she was like, oh, you wouldn't do nothing like that? And I was like, no. Like, why would I do something like that? And she was like, well, you don't think that's funny? I was like, nah, that's not funny either. You see? And I think to a certain degree, that was like a turnoff for her. Because I never heard from her again. I was like, wow. But I was like, all right, cool. I text her one more time. The next morning, I said, good morning. Had a cool time. And I just never heard from her again. So after that, I just deleted her number. You don't get another text message from me. You see my message. I said good morning. You didn't say nothing, so bye. That's it. And yeah, man. I mean, more women are acceptable to the gay movement versus men. I was talking to some woman on the job, and I was like, women are more prone to accept this movement versus men. I talked to some women, and a lot of women that I've slept with, and I've asked them, hey, have you ever done anything with another woman? And I'd say about 80 to 90% of women, they would say yes. See, that's not the same scenario with men. We're different. We're not accepting that garbage. We're not. Women are always the ones who would accept it. So it's almost like, man, you got to swallow this black pill. Because there's no hope out here, man. I'm ready to meet him because Wham living, they ain't white. Black hate white. White hate black. It's right back to the same fight. Had a little bit of DMX right there for you. But yeah, and America will collapse as I look at China. Because it's like China and America, they hate each other. Well, America hates China. America and China they're at odds with each other for Africa, the motherland. Because you got cobalt, and I'm recording on this phone, and this phone is made of cobalt. it's a very expensive uh, item over there when it comes down to those mines and stuff, digging in those mines like diamonds and stuff like that, and all those rare metals and everything. So they fight, like a lot of Chinese people are migrating to China in a sense to kind of rule that country. And you got a lot of black men over there who are in power, and it's like they're selling their souls. Because I was talking to some African guy on the job. He was like, they're selling their souls for money. Instead of trying to protect Africa, they're selling their souls, for cash and for money. And to a certain degree, it's almost like it's a sad thing, because you got some other countries and entities that would come in, like America. And for those leaders over there, like, we aren't advanced technologically. So it's like, we don't have Africa, some countries over there in Africa, they don't have the power and wherewithal to go to war with a country like America and this and that. Like, we don't have it. So it's like, of course, they're going to do what they say. And they're going to sell diamonds and sell mines and, sell land over there in Africa. And after a while, it's almost like the indigenous people, we're going to be gone. We're going to be gone. We're not going to have no power over there at all. That's a problem, man. That's a major problem. Everything starts in the motherland. I'd say America owes China trillions of dollars. As we touch back on women, you got a lot of women out here who would ransom sex in relationships. Talking to some woman on a job, and she was like, well, if I wouldn't want to have sex, then I shouldn't have to. And I told her, yeah, you're right. Then you're going to give me the option to go out and get it from somewhere else. And she would say some slick like, well, no, you need to control yourself sexually. Nah. At the end of the day, men have needs. And women, they do stuff like that. They would ransom out their sex. They would try to control men with sex. And the thinking man knows better. You're not going to put a higher value on your vagina versus me. And yeah, like, you're just not going to do that. But a lot of women, they do that. They'll say, okay, I'm more valuable than me. I'm more valuable than the man. My genitals is more valuable than his. This is what they do when they act like that. So when a woman does act like that, brother, you go fool around with somebody else. This is what you do. This is our solution. You call up somebody else and you move on. These women out here, man, they're not wife material. They're not, because they do petty stuff like this. You see? I see a lot of men that have been single for decades. When it comes down to these rebellious women, there's no hope. I was listening to this one dating coach online, and this guy, several of them, man, they've been single for years and years. What is the problem? Why is that? These people, they see it. Because there's a dearth of good women out here. If you want that, you're going to have to go over to one of those Islamic countries. Brothers, there's no hope, man. We're going to have to take that black pill. We're going to have to take the black pill. That's how it is. I see a lot of my older cousins, and they've been single for forever. They've been fooling around with chicks, but they've been single for forever, man. This is crazy. But this is how it's got to be. A thinking man knows better when it comes down to a relationship, because a woman is supposed to be submissive. A lot of men out here nowadays, we waking up, we taking these red pills, we swallowing these black pills, graduating to these black pills, and we know better. A lot of men out here, we waking up, man. You're going to have a lot of single women, a lot of lonely women out here. A lot of cat women out here. This is what we're going to start to see. Guys, I've been single forever. A lot of bachelor guys out here. Because you got a lot of men out here who knows a woman's role. And a lot of men out here who's not going to put up with the bull crap. A lot of men out here are not going to put up with the bull crap. They're just not, man. They're not. It's a sad deal, but this is what feminism has done. This is what white supremacy has done. This is what the matriarchy has done. This is what the gynocracy has done when it comes down to men in America, in the West, period. We live in a system as to where it's like, man, women rule. So you got to be able to make the right moves out here. Travel abroad. Catch and release a chick. This is what we're going to have to do out here, man. Take these red pills, you know, and graduate to these black pills. And this is how it's going to have to be, man. This is how it's going to have to be, brothers. This is how it's going to have to be, man. I'm going to get on out of here.